Welcome back, everyone. This session is an important session to introduce ChatGPT to all the students and make sure that you're using it correctly. ChatGPT is an AI generator, communication generator. You can ask ChatGPT any question and it'll source out and find the information on the internet and respond to you, as well as communication. AI, ChatGPT is also responsive to generating stories and narrating stories about dragons, for example. Or also, if you ask ChatGPT to write down some assignments, it'll do that. But there are some cautions that I wanted to introduce everyone to be aware of this when you're using ChatGPT, because all these AIs are in the industry. Students at colleges and universities are using them. There is no problem with that. But at the same time, you need to be aware of the ethics and the accuracy of the information that you're generating. Basically, with ChatGPT, you need to monitor any kind of information that is written. For example, I asked ChatGPT to write down an essay for me about this specific topic. It's going to generate that kind of information, and it's going to generate that kind of essay, for example, or maybe write a proposal about how to create solutions for a specific gap in the executive summary that most of the students are writing it down in proposal writing in the business executive setting. That's quite all right. You can use it, but you need to monitor it because ethically, as well as the accuracy of the information, you need to monitor very much the same as Grammarly. You need to be aware that what kind of information might be generated by this ChatGPT. I'd like to give this session and dedicate this session to how it works, how ChatGPT works, and how you can use it. The information in ChatGPT is not 100% accurate, because it is getting information from different sources on the internet. The advantages, I'd like to talk about this. The advantages is the fast generation of the information. You can also use it, but then make sure that when you're doing the research, you need to have ChatGPT side by side with your research. You need to write down and have the information side by side with ChatGPT. Basically, it'll help everyone to learn more around the information that is out there. It is faster to find the information, and of course, it's going to work as your assistant somehow in creating a new document. It is difficult to say that what's wrong with specific information that ChatGPT is generating, and you need to be aware that when you're using ChatGPT, there are lots of flaws within. The method is you need to train yourself on ChatGPT. It is basically working similar to human brain, but as I mentioned, like the information is not 100% accurate. It is taking all the information, whatever that ChatGPT can find this specific AI from the internet, and is very much the same as how we do the research, but the difference is we can scan and we can make sure we can filter the information and we can have the proper citation, proper referencing. My suggestion is if you use ChatGPT, make sure that you're using it with your consent. So try to have the proper citation and the referencing. You can use ChatGPT for finding the references for that specific document. It'll make the process of your research quite fast, and of course you will have access to different types of information instead of spending, let's say, maybe 3 hours on finding different sources for that proposal or the research, Chat GPT can work as your assistant, and you will quickly find the information on to how to source out and different articles that you're looking for that specific topic. My suggestion is use this app. It's pretty interesting. This AI, I better say, and as your assistant. So everybody will have this assistant. ChatGPT was born in 2022 in November, and it is trained. It is suggested to use this. This is the primary model of that, and it is evolving. It is getting better and better. And I want everyone to educate themselves how ChatGPT is working. I'm going to provide this model to everyone, and I want you to educate yourself further to this. It is important to know, and it is important to use it as the assistant, because ideas are coming from different sources, and the pace of research can be a little bit faster. ChatGPT is collecting demonstrative data and train a supervised policy. It is a prompt. It is sampled from the database, from the internet, as I mentioned, and different sources of the internet. That is my phone is beeping in the background. It is coming from different sources, and the data that is used in ChatGPT not necessarily is accurate, so you need to filter that. It is collecting comparison data. So for example, it is very smart, and basically the model is coded from human brain, meaning that you are smarter, but it is working as your assistant to expedite the information that you're sourcing out from the internet. If you give a prompt as a phrase when you're speaking, very much the same as Alexi or Siri, that you're asking Siri, find the location, or Alexi, can you play that kind of music? Very much the same as those kind of other AIs that are out there. There is a prompt, and there are several models of this output that I want you to be aware of that. Use it, but use it with caution. So the data that is used, it is good for the model, and it is also optimizing a policy against the reward model. What I want you is this model, because it's fairly young, is only barely, let's say, it is a year and a half almost that this AI is generated. It is evolving. It is getting better and better. I wanted to record this specific session for all my students who were asking me how to use these kind of AIs, and they were asking me if it is okay to use ChatGPT. It is quite all right, but then make sure that you cite the documents and you reference them correctly. You can ask ChatGPT to find the references and find the proper citations and source them out, but you need to monitor it in order to have the accurate information and to avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism is still a big gap or issue within the education institutions. And you all know that at U of D, we all have this specific plagiarism or academic misconduct seriously taken. The limitations of ChatGPT should be evaluated. It is sometimes writing plausible sounding. It is incorrect and nonsense answer. As I mentioned earlier, it is pretty much the same as Grammarly. Sometimes Grammarly is correcting your writing, so you need to monitor it, and you need to make sure and use your knowledge of editing and revising and proofreading to correct your structure. I also posted editing and revision video not long ago. Please share that with your friends and comment in the comment box below regarding all those information that I posted. The challenges, you need to be aware of the challenges. So fixing this issue is challenging. There is a training for that AI ChatGPT, and there's no source that all the information would be accurate with that ChatGPT. It is a training model. Basically, it is evolving as it is getting used. So the user experience, and if you're using ChatGPT, my suggestion is write down the columns below, because my friends who are working with that AI, they can read the comments and they can learn about the user experiences. You need to act as a supervisor and make sure that you're filtering all the kind of information. ChatGPT, it is quite sensitive. It is quite sensitive to tweaks, to put the informative phrases. If you give and generate one idea and ask a question from ChatGPT, it is working properly, and you need to attempt the same prompt multiple times. So it is working with repetition. For example, given one phrase of a question, the model can claim to not know the answer. You need to repeat the question or that specific phrase. So you need to rephrase it if it is not generating the ideas accurately as you were asking. This is specific chat, the first model of this ChatGPT, is often excessively verbose and overuses certain phrases because it is generating the ideas from different sources on the internet. And you need to have this kind of restating that it's a language model, it's a communication tool. You need to use it properly. It's a model, it's a first model of the open AI. It is open because it is sourcing out all the information from different sources, and make sure that these kind of issues will happen gradually, and it might have some kind of biases when the ideas are generated. So trainers prefer longer answers that look more comprehensive. Basically, you are using ChatGPT as your assistant. You are considered as the trainer of ChatGPT. The more you train that AI, the better it is responding to your upcoming request. Basically, it is adapting with your language model and communication model that you're generating in your brain. It is well known as the over-optimization issues. And this specific model ideally would ask clarifying questions when the user is using it. The user provided an ambiguous query, and instead this specific model, accurate model, usually guess what the user is intended. So it is getting adapted to your specific language generation style. And there are many different efforts to make sure that this specific model is refusing inappropriate requests, and it'll sometimes respond to harmful instructions or exhibit biased behavior. Human brain has lots of biases. If you haven't had a chance to watch other videos that I recorded based on how to avoid biases when you're communicating and when you're generating ideas in your communication, specifically in writing proposals and the research report papers, it'll sometimes respond to harmful instructions. And there are some usages of the moderation API to make sure and to warn, to block, to specific block certain types of the unsafe content. So be aware of using it because it is adapting to the way that you think. It is adapting to the way that you generate the communication style and the way that you communicate in writing and in thinking, basically. It is an expectation to have some false negative and positive for now at this time, because it is evolving and it is getting better each day and every day that the users are using that kind of information. And it is very important to have the feedback. So that's why I want everyone to use it. And I suggest, even as a practice, use it within your consent, and of course use it with your discretion, and then make sure to learn around it and about it. The iterative deployment is the research that is going to be done to release this open AI in more user experience adaptive for example. And it is safe to use it, as I constantly mention that. Many of my students are using it, that's fine. They're using it as their assistant to help them to write their papers, no problem. But then make sure that the citation and proper referencing are both given within your writing to avoid academic misconduct and to give the credit to the author of the opinion. Ethically should be correct. So what I suggest everyone to use ChatGPT, and let me know if I can add more details. Follow for more, and don't forget to subscribe to channel. Thank you and have a great day.